I'm Margaret Simon. I work at the Air Resources Laboratory, which is in the NOAA Research Division. I do communications and outreach.
My name is Allison Agather, and I'm a contractor supporting the Weather Program Office. I support the social science program as the competition manager.
My name is James Thorson. I'm a statistical ecologist with the Alaska Fisheries Science Center, which is one of the research labs of the National Marine Fisheries Service, which is part of NOAA.
My name is Amanda Nepburn. I am the Deputy Division Chief for Science and Technology at NOAA's Office of Ocean Exploration and Research. So over the years, our office has supported a wide range of ocean exploration activities through expeditions, through grant-funded research and partnerships. We also make all of our data that we collect publicly available. And we really didn't have a good way of finding, of tracking, and sharing the outcomes of all this support to be able to, better communicate that to our partners, our grantees, to Congress, to leadership, to really demonstrate the outcomes of our support. And so we initiated a partnership with the library to conduct these bibliometrics.
Earlier in 2023, the Weather Program Office had its first program review, which involved evaluating ourselves and providing information to an external panel of reviewers about how WPO does its job and how well WPO does its job. So looking at quality and relevance to the scientific community. And so we were encouraged to reach out to the NOAA library and work with the Bibliometrics team, Sarah Davis. She helped us compile a report about all of the publications that came out of WPO and WPO funded research for the past 5 years.
So I got to the Bibliometrics service as part of the lab review in 2022. In order to prepare for the lab review, we had to consolidate all of our bibliometric stats for the last 5 years. There's a bibliometrics report that the library can put out for each lab or program or division to see what the bibliometrics are, what the H index of the authors are, and what the reach of each of the papers within the division are.
I emailed the NOAA Central Library with a question about bibliometrics, learning more about our scientific publishing practices at the Alaska Center and how we can improve those. I guess I've always been interested in trying to figure out if there's some standardized way of summarizing people's publication history and network, like in terms of what fields they're publishing in. So ways of getting insight beyond just the number of papers they published or the impact factor or their citation H index help us make better judgments of people's scientific contributions.
The library helped us compile that information into a succinct report that we were able to turn around and share with the external review panel.
So we were really looking to better understand kind of where our data, where our funding is going in terms of research and discoveries on ocean exploration.
Just asked for a report on myself, and I know my own research. So I got like a 2-page PDF attachment that had very reasonable sort of high-level summary of subfields I publish in and what were some of my highest cited papers. And
so it was fairly collaborative. So the initial report we got, we had to go back and do some stuff on our end. So we had all of our authors go back and update the researcher ID or ORCID or both. And I think the Bibliometrics report is a fair assessment, an independent assessment of the reach and breadth of the laboratory's work.
So working with the library has been really wonderful. Working with the Bibliometrics team, communication has been easy. They've been helpful in providing guidance, how to compile and use the information.
In terms of what the process was for requesting it, I found it to be really smooth and friendly and straightforward and easy.
Working with the Bibliometrics team was a great experience. Be able to see past reports so that the team had compiled, to see different options and be able to pick and choose what would fit our office's needs.
We've had a partnership now with the library for a number of years to do a quarterly evaluation of all the publications that have come through our support. It's been really valuable to help us be able to communicate the actual outcomes, to be able to evaluate, are we putting our funding in the right places? Are we meeting our mission goals through what we're doing, and be able to better share some of the outcomes of this research.
The Bibliometrics report helped explain with quantitative data the impact of research funded by WPO has had on the external research community.
Feel responsibility for promoting a good scientific culture, and any researcher should not just be doing their work but communicating it. That's part of publishing. It's not just publishing anywhere, it's publishing in a place where people can read it, where it gets the attention that the work deserves and it gets a large audience, both so that our staff can have scientific influence on the field, and also that the center and NIMS can be recognized for the important work that we do.
Let's put it this way. I think bibliometrics are an important tool for researchers to use so that we don't miss a chance to brag about where we're good, and miss a chance to correct where we may fall a little short. So it's always worth taking a look at your bibliometrics just to make sure that you know them as well as everybody else.